And so I have the opportunity once again to have our guest colleagues that have been coming to our show, Líderes del Futuro, for a while now. We have the one and only Karen Santana. I keep telling her she needs to become an attorney. I think I'm going to start a fund to be able to gather whatever it's going to cost. Karen needs to become an attorney. If somebody out there is listening and wants to help me fund Karen's what is it called, law degree, what is it called, payments, please let me know. I'm always ready to do this. And I also have the one and only Yesenia De Luna, who is, with us today. And Yesenia has been coming to visit with us for a while now. And Yesenia, welcome to the show. Tell us, how are things over there at your organization? And then who do you have for us to talk with today?
Yes, hi, good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. Yes, my name is Yesenia De Luna. I work in Santa Rosa. Of Fair Employment.
Yeah, we've been having trouble with
them to join us today.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we've been having some issues with the internet, and that's okay. We will be talking today then with colleagues from the Department of Fair Employment and Housing. And we have Brandon Butler, if I am pronouncing it correctly, and he has a long title. He's the Assistant Deputy Director of the Department of Employment and Housing. Thank you for accepting our invitation and being with us. Can you tell us what or who is the DFEH?
Yes, and let me say thank you, Rafael, for having me. It's an honor to be here and to speak to your listeners this evening. So, who is the Department of Fair Employment and Housing? It's a great question. I would simply say this: we are California's civil rights agency. We are responsible for protecting everyone in California from discrimination. We work for you, your listeners, we work for you, we work for everyone. We're here to protect you from being a victim of discrimination. If someone in the employment context, an employer is treating you adversely or is harassing you or trying to treat you differently because of who you are. If that's happening to you, you can file a complaint with our office and we will investigate it, and we will bring cases in court and pursue civil rights. We're here to protect you from being discriminated or harassed in the workplace.
Thank you for that. And my next question related to that perhaps is, does this agency represent or has it ever represented farm workers?
Yes, as folks may know who are listening today, farm workers have been the victims of discrimination in the fields for a long time. In fact, studies have shown that most women farm workers have faced some form of sexual harassment and discrimination in the workplace. And so we have a long history of working with our partners at ALRB and other folks to represent the rights of farm workers. And in one case that we recently did, among many, may I say, was one against Canal Farms up in Northern California, where we had the farm's foreman and the farm labor contractor. We sued them because basically for a couple of years, the foreman would sexually harass 4 of the female workers with constant crude comments, demeaning sexualized remarks about their body, and then asking them to have sex. And when they refused and made a complaint, they were faced with retaliation by the foreman, and they were given the hardest jobs on the farm as punishment for complaining and not engaging in the sex act with the employer. And this is an example where we were able to help folks because it's illegal for a supervisor to make these comments, to ask for sexual favors, and then punish you when you complain. And this was a case that we brought, and we were able to resolve it for $150,000. We were able to make permanent changes at Canal Farms. But I would just tell you, Rafael, that this isn't the only case. When you work in an isolated field in the farm, you can be subjected to sexual harassment because there's not a lot of people around. People are vulnerable. And so, I want everyone to know who's out there, we're here to protect you. We're here to protect you from being retaliated. If you've been through this, it's a real serious issue, and know that you can contact us. We work closely with ALRB to make sure that no one falls through the cracks, that we're here to help you, because no one should be subjected to this in their workplace.
Definitely, thank you for that. And I do remember PBS did a documentary just a few years ago that spoke specifically about this type of situation. And it is essential that we talk about this here on my show, Líderes del Futuro, on a regular basis. I mentioned, and I'm grateful for the collaboration I have with labor law, because they come over and we always talk about your rights. And I'm grateful that you made the time to be here with us today. Now, how do I make a complaint with your agency if I am going through some type of harassment?
Yeah, no, great question. I would tell everyone that, just give us a call. You don't need a lawyer. You don't, need to, have all your documents. Just give us a call. We're here. That it's our job to investigate. So you just call us and let us know. And you can call us at 1-800-884-1684. Again, that's 1-800-884-1684. We have translators available. Much of our staff speaks Spanish. They'll be able to help you right away. And basically, you just let us know what happened, and then we will take the case, we will develop it, we'll ask you questions. And if it's a case we have jurisdiction over, meaning you're complaining about being discriminated against or harassed, we're going to take that and we're going to, work it up. And we're going to talk to the employer and get a response from them about what happened. And the case may ultimately end up being settled with a mediator, but it may also go to court. It can go a lot of different ways. But the one thing I would let everyone know is, please file a complaint if you believe you are a victim of discrimination. Don't worry about, I don't have a lawyer, I don't have all the papers, I don't know. Discrimination and harassment is something you feel. You know it was wrong. And if that happened to you, go ahead and call us, and we will help you build it up, and we'll work with our partners at ALRB to make sure you're protected. So you can also call us, or also feel free to go on the internet and you can just Google us at DFEH. You'll find it, and you can just file a complaint right on our website. But feel free to call. We're here for you. We want you to make a complaint. It's not a barrier. Feel free to do it.
Thank you for that. And thank you for providing that phone number, 1-800-884-1684, 1-800-884-1684, because a lot of our listeners in reality are not too comfortable with the internet. So having a phone number, it's a wonderful thing. And that brings me to my last question for you today. And that is, do I have to be a U.S. citizen or resident of the United States in order to be able to, receive your support benefit from your agency?
Oh, absolutely not. Everyone in California, regardless of immigration status, is protected. In fact, it's illegal in California to discriminate against people on the basis of their immigration status, or their primary language that they speak, or the country they're from, or their citizenship status. This is all unlawful behavior. And so, I want everyone to know that we will protect you. Our information doesn't go out to any federal resource. It's kept confidentially with us. And, it should not be a barrier. You should absolutely call us, because it's only if we can connect with you that we can stop this from happening. We need you to let us know so we can help and protect you, because it's a free resource. That's what we're here to do. And it does not matter your immigration says. We don't care. It has no relationship to us. We're here just to make sure your civil rights are protected, whether in the field or in the office or wherever. Your civil rights are protected regardless of who you are in California.
I appreciate that. And I appreciate the opportunity to have this discussion with you about the agency that is a public agency that is there to protect the interests of the individuals who live in California. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Rafael. Many thanks.
And now let's turn to our colleagues, either Yesenia or Karen. A reminder, because we have you here on a not necessarily regular basis, but we have you here multiple times a year, and the harvest just ended. Can somebody tell me or remind the community who is ALRB, or labor law, as I like to call it? Karen.
Okay, so the ALRB is short for the Agricultural Labor Relations Board. And we're also a state agency. And as Brandon was mentioning, you know, we work together, we're partners. And so as he was saying before, if there's any questions that people may have, they can either call us or call DFEH. We can also make referrals to DFEH. So if they're not sure, they can always give us a call and we'll be happy to help them and assist them to get them to the right agency. Our services are offered to all agricultural workers in California. The same with us, their immigration status does not matter. And this includes H-2A workers, anybody hired directly by a company, by contract, by hour, by a contractor, that doesn't matter. They can give us a call and we can always help them. And as you know, we can help anybody, even if they're not sure whether they qualify or they don't, we help anyone that can call our phone number, and they can reach us at 1-800-449-3699. Again, that number is 1-800-449-3699. And one thing to mention is all our calls are confidential, so workers shouldn't be afraid to call us. We're here to help, and we're willing to make those referrals. And it could be our agency that helps them with retaliation, and as well as DFEH for sexual harassment if there's sexual harassment going on. And our office mainly handles those cases that have to do with workers' rights to exercise their voice, to ask for better conditions at work without the fear of retaliation. And our services are also free, and they can call us anytime. If they need services after hours, they can also just leave us a message, let us know what they need, and we'll be happy to assist them. And again, that number is 1-800-449-3699.
Definitely. And with that, I want to thank you all for being here. We had Eric Padilla, Brandon Butler. We also had the wonderful Karen Santana and the wonderful Yesenia De Luna. And thank you for taking the time being with us this afternoon to educate the community about our civil rights in the state of California. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Rafael.
All right, take care.
Take care now.